Hi, David Campanile here, owner of Campanile Law, located in the state of New Jersey. We handle estate planning and probate. Today's topic is not really towards estate planning. I think it's more of in the general lawyer realm, but I want to talk to you about why are legal services so expensive. But before I do, if you want to talk to me about, I guess, this topic or any other topic in estate planning or probate, contact me at njestateattorney.com or send me an email at david@campanilelaw.com. So let's dive in. So the I guess part of it is, and it could be a myth if you want to think it is attorneys charge so much because we are paying for our schooling and and we have to pay back loans if we've taken loans. Part of that is true, but really why attorneys are so expensive is there's I call it a perceived value. And what do I mean by a perceived value? When you need a lawyer, and I've had to use a lawyer before. I actually have had to use a lawyer when I purchased my home and when I've done a couple other things. And I understand writing that check is terrible sometimes when you see the amount that you're writing it for. And this video is also coming from a second generation attorney. But there's a perceived value in what you're paying for. Now, what do I mean by a perceived value? You're willing to pay more when the stakes are higher. And what do I mean by that? If there is a divorce or a lawsuit, even in estate planning sometimes, which we handle, you're willing to pay more because you feel the value is you're getting a better service. And sometimes people feel they don't need to speak to an attorney. They could do things on LegalZoom or they can represent themselves, which is quite all right. That's their prerogative. But there's really a perceived value. And, we as people are willing to pay more for an attorney when the stakes are high rather than paying so much for, I don't know, your hairstylist or barber or even a cleaning service where you go, I can get the similar or adequate cleaning services for less money. And you have a cap usually of where you're willing to cut off and say, okay, I'm going to go somewhere else, or I'm going to do it myself. But for lawyers, there's this perceived value, as is, for example, and my example would be Johnny Cochran. If you had a criminal matter and you wanted the best legal defense, you were going to pay any amount of money to have Johnny Cochran represent you, because the value of hiring Johnny Cochran is I have better odds of being found not guilty. In estate planning, what happens is the perceived value is you're paying us to help you now, because once something happens or you pass away, there's nothing else that can be done. It's going to become very difficult or impossible to be able to do things. So that's why people pay estate planning attorneys, is they're paying the value to come up with a plan now to relieve their family of the stress or the difficulties of doing things later. So that is the perceived value of an estate planning attorney. I like to give some credit to to an attorney that I follow, and he has a great example of the perceived value of an estate planning attorney, and I credit Chris Small out in Washington with this example of as he tells the story, that he had a consultation, 4 stepchildren. The mother had passed away, left a will. When he was examining the will, he found out the will based on the execution was an invalid will. So what did that mean? The rules of intestacy took over. And when the 8 siblings walked in, they were all copacetic. They were all hanging out. They were all lovey-dovey with each other. But once he broke the news to them and said, hold on, there's an issue here. Not all of you are going to get something. The 4 biological children will get something. The 4 stepchildren don't get anything, but we can work some stuff out that everybody gets what they were supposed to get. One of the biological children basically said, hold on, I don't really like that idea. So the perceived value of estate planning too is to make sure your documents and everything is done properly to avoid those types of headaches and difficulties later, and expenses that your estate or your family are going to incur later. So really, you're willing to pay more for an attorney because stakes are higher depending on if this is a divorce or if it's a family issue, if it's a business issue or business litigation issue. Even in estate planning, you're willing to pay more also because you're getting that personal I feel you're getting that personal interaction. You're getting that knowledge that attorney has, rather than just looking at a document and thinking you know what you're doing. And there's this guidance that the attorney has. So that's really, I get asked that a lot in consultations. Why are fees so expensive? I tend to charge flat fees in estate planning rather than by the hour. I hope you found this video informative. If you did, please hit the like button. If you have people that are asking the question, why are legal fees so expensive, share this video with them. If you know anybody who has estate planning or probate needs, please share the video with them. If you have any questions maybe pertaining to this topic or estate planning or probate questions, please contact me at njaestateattorney.com or send me an email at david@campanilelaw.com. I'd love to sit down with you and talk to you for free. As always, I'm David Campanile, located in the great state of New Jersey.